What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And today we have actually news on Global. Who would have thought we're actually getting news? What's actually going on? Is everything okay? Yes, everything is okay. We have the official announcement this time for Kaido and Zoro arriving on One Piece Treasure Cruise Global, and they are going to be arriving after the maintenance period, which is dope. And they're going to be here until June 17th, so they're actually here for a pretty long time. And you can see on the banner there, 2x rate boost for SugoFest exclusive characters. That's actually pretty big because currently on Global, the rate for a legend is 5%. So with 2x rate, obviously goes to 10%. So 10% chance to get a legend. And in this video today, we're going to break down all of the brand new news and just give you guys the rundown. Decide, is it actually worth pulling? Because this SugoFest, I don't know, with all the stuff that's been on JP, I know a lot of people are really excited for some of the characters that are releasing over there. So you maybe want to save some of your gems for those bigger banners that will be coming later on down the road. So with this SugoFest, it's going to be obviously a multi-part, part 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to go through this because part 1 honestly looks a little sketch, but let's have a look. 2x rate for SugoFest exclusive characters. The new Kaido and Zorojuro have arrived. The new Kaido will only be in part 1 and 2, and then Zorojuro will be in parts 1 and 3. So both of them available on part 1. However, both of them being available is the temptation because there are lots of other things you have to take note of. Kamazo and Gukimaru are also going to be appearing as rare recruits. The new characters will have boosted effects during the Dear Swordsman Please Help Us event, which is going to be happening after the maintenance period until June 9th. And then for more details, check the information notice. In this SugoFest, the pool of recruitable SugoFest exclusives are limited to 30 characters in part 1 and 15 characters in parts 2 and 3. That's the big thing there. Well, yes, Zoro and Kaido both available in part 1, 30 characters available with a 10% chance for a red equates to 0.3% chance per character, which if you go back to the pre-Yoshi era, 0.3% chance for any given character is actually pretty high for a legend, but in the grand scheme of things now, that's pretty low, because if you have a look at parts 2 and 3, where Kaido's only on part 2 and Zorojuro is only on part 3, 15 characters, 10% chance, 0.75% chance per character is a much easier target to go for. So if you are looking specifically just for Zoro and Kaido, it is better to wait for those parts 2 and parts 3. The only thing though is we don't know what other characters are going to be available on this SugoFest. Quite clearly, it's not a Super SugoFest, so don't expect Roger and Odin to be here. But it's interesting. I would think that that part 1 is going to have some pretty crazy legends. I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, Shirahoshi Manchuri, Vivi Rebecca, Kaido versus Big Mom, like more recent characters are on part 1 to kind of give people the temptation, and then have a little bit less desirable units on parts 2 and 3. But again, we'll have to wait and see how they go about it. In the SugoFest, it's split into parts, and these are the dates. So part 1 starts as soon as the maintenance concludes, and then part 2 is on the 28th, and part 3 is on the 30th. Not a big fan of that. I would just outright prefer it, all 3 of them be available at the same time. It is annoying. We have to wait like 48 hours per SugoFest part. Don't like that at all, because personally speaking, out of the 2 characters, if I could only choose one of them to have, I would be choosing Kaido. I feel like Kaido is a little bit more unique, and he's a lot better in Pirate Rumble for the teams that he'll be available for later on down the road. Personally, I really want Kaido. So on part 2, I will definitely be doing pulls there, but I will be doing just a handful of pulls on part 1 because, you know, the maintenance is finishing. A lot of people are going to be excited. But let's have a look at some steps because we have some information here. So this is for part 1 only. Don't get it twisted, only on part 1, which is available after the maintenance period. The first pull is discounted to 30 gems. The second pull is a legend or a rate boosted character. I hate those steps. They're so bland, and the chance to get the characters that you want is so low. But, you know, second pull, it is what it is. The third pull, 3rd, 9th, 13th, and 18th is a guaranteed legend. Nothing special, just a guaranteed legend. The 4th, 8th, 12th, and 16th, so every 4 multis is a 1 gem multi. So essentially, it's like 3 multis, get 1 free. Essentially, give or take. The 5th, 7th, 11th, 14th, 17th, and 19th pull. Limited pull, Land of Wano character. We don't know how limited that pool is going to be, but if it's anything like previous Wano SugoFests, usually these steps are pretty bad because it like includes so many rare recruits from old Wano Kuni batches, and typically it's not a very enticing step, but it will be interesting to see what they actually decide to do here. The 6th and 15th is a limited pool SugoFest exclusive. This is much better. I like limited pool legends. The thing is though, how limited are they actually going here? Because, you know, there's 30 available legends on part 1. What's the limited pool going to be cut down to? 10? 10 would be okay, I suppose. Even less than that would be even better, right? Like, if they limit it to like 5 or 6 characters, that would be insane. And that would definitely entice me to go for part 1, you know, at least like 6 multis deep for a limited pool legend, potentially get my hands on one of the 2 along the way. But I don't know about that. We'll have to wait and see how many characters are actually available on these parts. The 10th and the 20th is a super limited pool SugoFest exclusive. Well, okay, I'd expect that one to probably be like 5 or 6 legends. The fact that it's 10 multis deep to get a super limited pool, should I say? That's a little steep. I wonder what the limited pool is going to be then. What if they just cut it in half and they make it, you know, 15 available legends? That would really suck, honestly, because it's such a low chance to get the one that you want, or, you know, 2 or 3 that you want. But I guess it really depends on the other surrounding characters. Like, if there's a lot of legends that you're missing on part 1, this is going to tempt a lot of players, especially with having such a high legend rate. You know, it's going to tempt a lot of people for sure. Now, moving on to part 2. So this is a little bit different. Part 2 and 3 have the same steps. So first pool's 30 gems. The second pool, it looks pretty similar though. Legend or rate boosted on 2, 14, 19, 23, and 27. That's a big jump between 2 and 14. So between multis 2 and 14, there's none of these steps. That's interesting. 3, 7, 13, 17, 25, 29 is a guaranteed legend. Damn, okay, so they're really going to 30 multis here. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. Yeah, every 4 multis is a 1 gem. That makes sense. And then you've got a 5, 6, 9. Oh my god, really? Back to back on 5 and 6? 9, 11, 15, 18, 20. Okay, 22nd. Okay, and the 26th pool is a limited pool Wano character, man. Not a fan of those steps, as I said. Those steps are usually pretty bad. And the 10th and 21st is a limited pool legend, okay. And part 2 only is guaranteed Kaido. Part 3 is guaranteed Zoro on the 30th multi. I don't advise anyone to do 30 multis for these characters. I think that's a very terrible decision. I personally am not doing 30 multis for either of these characters. That is pretty absurd. I mean, like, not saying these characters are bad or anything, because I love these units. I would love to get my hands on both of them, but I do not think that they're worth 30 multis moving forward. I do not think that. But these characters are really, really good, and you know, with the 2 times legend rate, that's going to be definitely the enticing factor. But I don't know, man. So like, there's like multi 1 is discounted, 2nd is a legend or a rate boost, 3rd is a legend, 4th is a 1 gem, 5 and 6 are both limited pools, which sucks. Then it's a legend again, then it's a 1 gem, and then the 9th is another Wano unit. Like, there's so many steps that are just like limited pool Wano units, which are just bad. Again, we'll have to see what they decide to do with it. Are they literally just going to make it like, oh, only Wano CUNY characters are available? Or is it going to be a restricted pool of Wano units? I hope it is a restricted pool of Wano, because the limited pool Wano is, if it does include all of them, is quite large and substantial. But I suppose we'll just have to wait and see what they decide to do with it. So let's actually scroll down. Oh, they're actually going to show, not the legends that are available. They never show us the legends that are available. It's weird, because on Japan, for their SugoFest, they actually always show the legends that are available. They never do it for global anymore. But the rate boosted legends you've got, or rate boosted character, should I say, which is for parts 1, 2, and 3. You've got the 2 new units, which you'd want to get. You want to get Gukimaru and Kamazo. Leo Neptune from the previous batch. Bonnie as well, okay. X-Drake, Page 1, Alvida, Okiku, Speed, Jack, Frankie, Dex Frankie. Okay. Quick Brook, and Connie. Okay, so those are Stampede, Frankie, and Brook. And then Connie. Which is the other Bonnie as well. So, okay, pretty interesting boosted list. I mean, some of those rare recruits near the top are actually pretty good, right? Like X-Drake's really nice, Page 1's really nice to have as well. Bonnie's okay with the support. No, actually, that's not the good one. No, that Julie Bonnie's not that good. The one below, Connie, that's the one with the good support, actually, I'm pretty sure. It's not an amazing boosted list. I don't know, man. After looking at this, I really don't think it's worth investing too many gems into this SugoFest. And I know that's really hard for people to hear, considering, you know, Zoro is definitely some of people's favorite characters. He has really good animations, but he's not worth 30 multis, or he's not really worth spending all of your rainbow gems here, and then you have nothing for any of the upcoming stuff, which would be definitely more exciting, right? Like Ace versus Akainu, stuff like that moving forward. I don't know. It is your decision at the end of the day. I do not think it is worth going super crazy hard on a banner like this. Plus, if there's a treasure map SugoFest coming out, which there should be, you'd probably want to be pulling on that, which would have you get another chance at pulling those units as well. So it is up to you at the end of the day. I don't think it's a very good SugoFest overall. Part 1 is a sham in my opinion. I don't think it's worth most people to pull on that banner at all. If you're going to be pulling, part 2 and 3 is definitely where I advise you guys to be spending your gems. A little bit further down though, they actually do mention about some gem sales here as well. So pretty typical gem sale, 98 gem pack. You can buy it 5 times. You got a 64, a 32. You got a gem pack for each of the legends with getting some stuff for limit break, which is pretty typical, and then an unlimited 90 gem pack, which is whatever, and that lasts until June 17th until the SugoFest concludes. You've got also the reset of the limit break packs, which is whatever, but then you've got this one right here. So you've got a brand new event, which is Dear Swordsman, Please Help Us. Now this event is pretty similar to what happened when we had Vivi Rebecca and Shirahoshi Manshiri V2 come out, where there was a Christmas event. You could beat Kobe and then you'd have an invasion fight against Hina afterwards. This is very similar, where after you beat the event, you actually will come up against an ambush versus Kamazo. And there are point boosters for this event. There's a legend ticket available, although I'm pretty sure the legend ticket doesn't include characters that are releasing in this SugoFest. I'm pretty sure it doesn't, but we'll have to wait and see. Rainbow Gems, there's a brand new Otoko and a brand new Hiyori character, which are on the artwork here. These two characters are new units we can farm for, and I believe they're like Dex units that work with Zoro, so it makes a lot of sense. And then you've got like the different drop rates and the different point values you can get, and you'd want to be getting these because they give you like the limit break orbs for Hiyori, which you want to get for sure, and then you get points, and that helps you get the Chop Man mission rewards. Nothing really too crazy. Gives you information about who are the boosters. You got the Zorojuro Kaido, Kamazo, Gukimaru, the 2 rare recruits, and then the free-to-play Hiyori and Otoko. And you got other units that are like slightly boosted. You got Roger and Odin, which is dope because this particular celebration on Japan came out right after the World Cruise stuff with Roger and Odin, which makes sense why they're actually boosted here. And you can basically all the World Cruise stuff, which is pretty dope. However, looking past that, we also have a very, very interesting banner with the Arena. So the Arena is actually coming out with 2 brand new Arena units, which is going to be Bone Kichi and X Drake. So the reason why we're getting 2 this time around, it actually makes a lot of sense why we're getting 2, is because X Drake released alongside the World Cruise celebration. And this is what I've been saying in my other video that I uploaded a couple of days ago, at the fact that there was so much stuff that we were missing because of the World Cruise celebration with Roger and Odin. We just never got these units. However, finally we're getting these units, right? We're getting this one right here, which was the X Drake unit, and then Bone Kichi actually released alongside Kaido and Zoro. So we're getting Kaido and Zoro's Arena, and we're getting Roger and Odin's Arena as well, all bundled into one event period between June 1st and June 4th, July 4th, should I say. So that's cool, and you got the different boosted units for each one. So versus X Drake, you've got all of the World Cruise stuff, and then versus Bone Kichi, you've got the Zorojuro Kaido stuff. There you go. Pretty much, that's pretty much it, right? So when this stuff drops, it's going to be a very busy day. Hopefully bring you guys all the videos for it, so definitely stay tuned. And then finally, this thing was added here as well, a brand new Clash, which is Luffy Taro. And the thing is Luffy Taro Clash was also released in the World Cruise celebration with Roger and Odin. So interestingly enough, we're going to get all this World Cruise celebration stuff now, which is great. It's definitely long overdue. So they're definitely catching us up here on Global, because we're essentially getting 2 months worth of content in 1 month. So people have been saying like, oh, what if they catch us up to Japan? I mean, I don't think that's on the table right now. I mean, if we get an additional month in the next 1 or 2 months that gives us like even more stuff in 1 month to kind of speed us up even further, then I would be definitely contemplating the decision that potentially they're trying to speed us up to Japan, which would be very, very interesting if they were going to do that. As I said, I don't really think that's really on the table right now, but it could potentially be a thing in the future, who knows. And this is going to be here for quite a long time, between May 30th and June 13th. So there you go. Make sure to farm with this Luffy Taro. I'll be bringing you guys a video once it does drop. But that's pretty much all of the news that we have on Global right now. Should you pull on this SugoFest? Probably not. There's definitely bigger fish to fry moving forward in other bigger celebration events, and that's definitely where I would suggest you guys to be saving your rainbow gems for. But I definitely think that a lot of people are going to do the discount multis, potentially get some good stuff. We have no words of any free multis at the moment, so that's a little upsetting. It would have been nice to get a free multi, but it is what it is. Double rate for legends, 10% rate, 30 legends part 1, 15 part 2 and part 3. If you want want any of the Zorojuro Kaido, only pull on parts 2 and 3. Part 1 is a sham. I don't advise it. But that's going to end this video today. Thank you so much for watching, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all of the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.